Cathy Bourne is the Executive Director and Joint CEO of Chichester Festival Theatre. Cathy has 30 years' experience of working as a theatre producer. She has worked for many organisations, big and small, including the Dublin Theatre Festival, Spy Monkey, Chichester Theatre, Jonathan Church Productions and Tiger Aspect. As associate and festival producer at the CFT between 2006 and 2015, she managed over 75 productions, overseeing many transfers into the West End. Cathy launched the CFT's apprenticeship scheme, offering young people formal training in areas including technical, production and education. Cathy was recently elected President of UK Theatre, a testament to her tireless advocacy of the cultural and social value of drama and theatre in the country today. In making this award, the university recognises the compelling and powerful contribution theatre makes to our university, to our city, and to society as a whole. Cathy embodies the power and passion of theatre in these respects. A proud graduate of Sussex and City universities, as well as a prouder mother of a recent graduate, Cathy understands the value and purpose of university education as an exciting starting point for what should be a creative, inspiring, and above all, collaborative journey into professional life. For Cathy, theatre and theatre practice is never only about acting or performing. There are so many rich and essential roles and contributions to make to the art form, as her career so ably proves. But it is always about collaboration, sharing, coming together, celebrating, serving one another. Cathy is the perfect collaborator. Her colleagues describe her as warm and passionate, inclusive and understanding, a great listener, a great advocate. She is, of course, the CEO of one of the UK's largest and most prestigious theatres, but Cathy shares an equal passion for all theatre, big and small, through her advocacy of new alternative ventures coming in at the CFT alongside her commitment as trustee to companies like Headlong or Spy Monkey, a firm, irreverent and original favourite of ours at the showroom. Cathy celebrates how real theatre can happen in any way and at any time. Her understanding of collaboration is rooted in her passionate advocacy of inclusion in the arts, something that became a burning driver to her early work with Chichester Theatre, who have been a tireless celebrant of marginalised voices in creative practice, and another of the UK's essential theatre ventures. My brief outline of Cathy's career at the start paints a picture of glittering success and achievement, but in our conversations earlier in the summer, Cathy proudly recounted certain jobs and roles, which shall remain nameless, that she was terrible at. This is, of course, something I can relate to, although in Cathy's case the good does outweigh the bad. Her point in mentioning this is, of course, that people's pathways are rarely trouble-free. It's okay to be bad on the way to being good, trying things out, making mistakes, being humble, and above all, good-humoured when the doors of opportunity don't seem to be quite open as readily as you might expect. Changing direction, taking a couple of steps back, understanding weakness, above all, seeing others' contributions as better, is always going to be not just the good way, but the best way of making theatre. No citation for Cathy, at least for an award from this university, would be complete without recognising her love of Chichester and of Sussex. This is reflected in an enduring commitment to community as integral to theatre, and her work for the CFT is as much to do with the community it serves as the theatre it produces. Cathy and her family have embraced this city, originally moving here 20 years ago when Justin, her husband, became a consultant at St Richard's. It has been a joyous home for them and their 3 children, Ellie, Amy, Olivia, and together the family recognises Chichester as a wonderful community that offers a beautiful and measured perspective and relief from theatre pressures, theatres of both kinds. Recently asked to describe her Sussex life in 3 words, Cathy replied, energised, balanced, complete. But above all, this award for Cathy is about the future. It is a momentary punctuation in what will continue to be a hugely influential career. Cathy's tireless work is all about the next steps, maintaining theatre as the heartbeat of all our communities. The Chichester Festival Theatre has been driven into the heart of our community by Cathy, flourishing as a multi-generational space, but one that has a particular commitment to new audiences, young and new voices for the theatre. Cathy's leadership in the planning and realisation of the Nest, the CFT's third space dedicated to emergent arts practice, is testament to an understanding of how those with significant and established responsibilities in theatre have to put their greatest energies into what comes next. The future can be scary, particularly at the point of graduation. But working in the theatre makes that anxiety feel alive and vibrant, necessary and celebratory. And in Cathy Bourne, young theatre makers from this university, in this town, across this country, will always have a champion, an advocate, a friend. Chair of Governors, I present to you Cathy Bourne for an Honorary Doctor of Arts of the University of Chichester.
I won't keep you long, but this is the closest I'll ever get to receiving an Oscar or a BAFTA, I'm sure. You'll all have a programme in front of you. Just to also be clear, I am not Hugh Bonneville, Earl of Grantham, but I have had him work for me twice. Around 36 years ago, my mother received a doctorate, and I remember at the time feeling incredibly proud of her. I also remember thinking I would never be seen dead in one of those hats. And here I am today in one of those hats, feeling pretty proud, actually, of standing here. And what a huge honour it is for me to be here amongst my peers, my future industry colleagues, as you start your journey into the world of the arts, into performing arts and theatre. We all share that passion for what we do. And ultimately, that feels to me the most important thing, that you have that passion. I am sure you've all worked incredibly hard over the last 4 years to get yourselves to the place you are today. Congratulations to you all. I feel a bit of a fraud standing here receiving this, not least because all I've done is practice what I love, do what I love every day. And to end up in this place, and this isn't something I set out to achieve in my life, it wasn't a plan for me to be standing here with an honorary doctorate. To have done that just purely through doing the thing I love, feels like a very, very special thing indeed. This is a big milestone for you all, reaching the end of your academic education. And that started all those years ago, back in reception, when I'm sure you looked very different than you do now. Doing those school plays, I'm sure many of you did those through your secondary and your primary and your secondary education and through into university. Actually, just walking down that aisle, I felt really quite emotional looking at you all with your expectant faces, looking so happy at what you've achieved for yourselves. I did a little bit of talent spotting when I was out there too. Some of you, by the way, have got great shoes, I noticed as I sat here today. And congratulations also to all your parents, your guardians who have taken you on this incredible journey. I'm sure you're very proud of your young people today. And I am also pretty sure that some of you, when your young person, your child said to you 3 or 4 years ago, I'm thinking that I might go and study performing arts at a degree level. Some of you wondered, what the hell will she or he do with that as a career? Well, I'm here to tell you all and to encourage you all and to hopefully make you feel good about the fact that there is a wealth of opportunity when you're working in the arts. And many of you will want to tread the boards. Many of you have aspiration to be hopefully on the Chichester stage in the future. Some of you will be thinking that maybe that is not now your journey, and good for you. Follow your dreams. Some of you will think that you might do something backstage, also brilliant, or become a creative. But there is a wealth of opportunity, and think broadly about what you're going to do. I think back to the day I walked into my parents' house as a graduate. They weren't there, actually. They'd gone on holiday. And I arrived back, and I was standing in their hallway, and I can picture it now. And I remember thinking to myself, what am I going to do now? I don't quite know what that journey is, having always had a love for the arts. And I suppose there are a few things I'll share with you now to take forward with you that, in hindsight and on reflection, I wish I could have told myself at the time. The first is that there will already, and we've heard it today with the awards some of the people are getting, and actually some of the jobs that we're hearing people have gone into, there will be those people who have already mapped out their path, they've already got their plan in place, and they've already got their job. And congratulations to those who have. You will not be the majority. Most of you will still be sitting there thinking, what is next? And that is just fine. Don't compare yourself to your peers. Your journeys are your own. Don't think that the first job you get is the job you're going to be in for life, or that it dictates where you're going to go on your career path. The first job I did was in healthcare management consultancy. I was rubbish at that one. That was one of the ones I was rubbish at. But it paid the way, it got me some money, and it gave me an opportunity to think about where I went next. Trust your instincts. You are your own best judge. You will be happier, you will be more committed, and more inclined to work hard if you are in a job that you enjoy doing, whatever that is. This is a hard one, but listen to the people who care about you most. They have your best interests at heart. I'm also talking to my daughters there, really, with the journeys that they are on too. And my parents are also here, and I'm still listening to them too. Don't be impatient. I think you are part of a generation now that doesn't have a lot of patience. Have patience. Those jobs will come to you. Sometimes it takes a little while to settle into the right job. You're a long time in work, so make sure that you have some fun on that journey. And again, that's also looking at what's going on around you, what your peers are doing, who's got what part, who's up for the next casting. It's okay if you're waiting a little longer, it will come to you too. And if you are a planner, if you are one of those people, don't always expect that the course of life is going to run as smoothly as you think it might. Life can throw you some pretty hefty curveballs. Sometimes they can really knock you sideways. And for those of you robust enough, and I'm going to say that I wasn't, robust enough to make it through the industry and you want to perform on those stages, know that there is no judgment on you if you don't get a part. You just go for the next. But it is a reactive industry if you're going to tread those boards, and your face has to fit and you have to be in the right place at the right time. It is not a reflection on how talented you are, which I am sure all of you have a great deal of talent given that you've gone through the university degree that you have. Most of all, enjoy yourselves. If you do continue to work in our profession, my profession, it is a ball. You will have a great, great time. I struggle to think of a day where I haven't enjoyed going to work, and that's because what we do is so varied and so rewarding. Yesterday, my day started with the opportunity to sit in a rehearsal room and watch Redlands, the next show at the Chichester Festival Theatre. That was my morning. What a glorious thing to sit and have coffee and watch a rehearsal for the next show. Fantastic. It was then followed by a meeting about our Nest, the next theatre that we're building on site. Following that, a lovely meeting with some of the directors and designers who are going to be with us in 2025. So thank you for this great honour today. You've all had an opportunity to stand on this stage and take your applause. You all thoroughly deserve it. And I hope, as Chief Executive of Chichester Festival Theatre, that I get an opportunity to welcome many of you back to walk the boards of Chichester Festival Theatre. Thank you.